Hello everybody, I hope you all doing well. Today we are going to talk about inheritance in Java. Okay, first of all, let's take an overview about what we will learn today. So first, what is inheritance? Does make sense. Then, how to use inheritance. Third, overriding an inheritance. Fourth, why would we use inheritance? And the last thing would be some inheritance hands that you are gonna love. Okay, first of all, what is inheritance? Simply, inheritance is the object-oriented concept that enables a child class or a subclass to inherit all the public methods from a parent class or a superclass. Straightforward, but I'm pretty sure you didn't get it, so it would be better to take an example.
What if we have three cars, Fiat, Ferrari, and Lada, and we have to create a class for each car in order to use it? In Fiat class, we will have an engine start method, engine stop method, drive straight, drive at 120, and get model number method.
Coming to the great Ferrari, we have
Engine start, engine stop, drive straight, drive at 120, turn on nitros, and open main door. And in ladder class, we will have engine start, engine stop, drive straight, and drive at 120. So what you notice here is that there is a method called engine start, which is exist in the three classes, Fiat and Ferrari and ladder. And so engine stop and Joe drive straight, and so drive at 120. So when we code that, we will have a class called Fiat has engine start method and engine stop and drive straight and drive at 120 and get model number. And so in Ferrari, we will have a class called Ferrari, which will have all the four similar methods in addition to turn on nitros and open main door methods. And so in ladder class, we will have the four methods: engine start, engine stop, drive straight, drive at 120. So what we will notice here is that we wrote the four methods three times. Similar methods name, similar methods body. So what if we want to change the engine start method in all of our classes? So we will change it here and here and here.
well, what do you thinking? I think it should be a better way to achieve that. Okay, now we are coming to inheritance.
When we get back to the inheritance definition, we can read that inheritance is the object-oriented concept that enables a child class, which will be Fiat or Ferrari or Lada here, to inherit all the public methods from a parent class, which is a new class we will create here. So, how to use inheritance or how to apply it? Here we have the four similar methods in each class. We will create a new class called car, and this car class will gather all of the four similar methods. So
Well, now all of the other three classes will inherit the car class. So each class of them will have access to the other four methods which are contained in car class. In that case, the Fiat class will have to contain only the get model number method, and Ferrari class should have only to contain turn on nitros and open main door methods, and for sure Lada class doesn't have to contain any additional methods. So to inherit any superclass from a subclass, we have just to use the magical word extends.
so here when we create a class called car, and this car class have engine start and engine stop and drive straight and drive at 120 method. So when we declare Fiat class, we will just use our magic word extends to inherit the car class so we can use all of its methods. So let's remove all of this four methods and create an object from the Fiat class. Now we can see drive at 120 method, drive straight, engine start, engine stop, in addition to get model number method.
Now we can directly use engine start method from our parent or superclass. Also, we can use engine stop method from our superclass.
So when we run Fiat, 12 run engine started and engine stopped methods.
We used our magic word extends to inherit all of the methods that we want to use from our superclass.
That will lead us to the third point here in our tutorial, which is overriding in inheritance. What if you want to change some method in your class? What if you want to use a method from the parent class but in a different way? Just override the method. How to do overriding is by only declaring it here in the class. So it's drive at 120, car at 120. So when you run it from here, it will be engine started, then it will be run this method car at 120 directly without getting it from the parent class. So what happened here, which is called overriding. Overriding an inheritance is used when you want to use an inherited method in the subclass but in a different way. Like when we did in Ferrari class. We have a Ferrari class extends car class, which will provide all the four methods in this class, and then we want to use drive at 120 method in a different way, so we will declare it at Ferrari class. As this situation, the compiler will take it from this class directly. What happening here is that when the compiler find a method called drive at 120, it goes searching for it in the instance class, which is called Ferrari, and if it exists in this class, it will just execute it, and if not, it will run it from the parent class, which is here car class. Next, why would we use inheritance? The first thing is to reduce the mess of our code. Instead of 100 big classes or 1 million big classes, we will have one big class and 100 small ones.
Second reason is to have a more formalized and easy way to understand code. Third reason is
to ease the concept of reusing your code. The fourth point will be to ease the concept of editing your code. So if you have to change a method, you will change it only once in the parent class. At last, we will have to take some hints about inheritance. If you want to reuse some code from a method from the superclass inside the subclass when you overriding it, just use super.method name. The second hint will be if you want to use a method only in the superclass, just make it private. And then to our last hint here, If you declare the method as static in the superclass, you will not be able to override it in the children class. So to have a small conclusion about what we learned today, we learned what is inheritance and how to use it. Then why inheritance would be very useful to be used in our projects. Then what if you want to use a method only inside a superclass without being inherited? Just make it private. Then what if you want to use a code of an inherited method with some additions in a subclass? This will be the super keyword as we learn.
That's all I have about inheritance in Java. Please hit like if you did learn anything. I hope to see you again and goodbye.